Okay, hello everyone, welcome back. I am Kevin from Kevo MC, and here you can see a lot of Helios 103s. These are basically Contax RF lenses, which I'm going to convert to LTM and sell. These are from 1984. This is 84, 83, 83, and 81. These are all in pretty disgusting shape, obviously. They're all cruddy and stuff. Because that's why I got them for cheap, yeah. So I'm gonna sell them basically. And here is what a lens is gonna look like once CL8. So let me go show you a nice one. So see, clean, shiny, few scratches, yeah, but that's what a good one will look like. Not disgusting at all. So let me go put this thing back, yeah. Today what I'm gonna be talking about, yeah, is the differences between the different years I have right here. 84, 3, 3, and 1. There have been quite a few differences, obviously. Most 81s come with a single shim inside the lens itself. This was from the 84. And in this 81, it has like quite a few shims. But yeah, most of the 81s will come with only one shim. Most of the later ones will come with more than one shim, although this one only has one. Okay, next difference. If you look over here, yeah, this is the 81 screw on the side right here, yeah, that holds the Contax RF mount in, the bayonet in. These are silver in color, and I believe they're made from brass. Now the newer ones, some only have one screw, some have two. They should come with two, yeah, but some of them just don't come with that many screws. These are black, and they're aluminum, yeah, or aluminium, depending on where you live. That's the difference between the screws. Okay, so I think that the aluminum ones are actually quite a lot cheaper than brass, because brass is quite expensive where I live here. So that's probably why they changed over to aluminum. I'm gonna be starting from the outside inwards, yeah. So that's why I'm gonna be starting from the outside, like the mount itself. The mount itself is not very different. You can see the paint is better on the newer ones. The chroming is pretty much the same. The mount flange thingy is also pretty much the same. Okay, now we shall continue and check the other bits. What else can I say? Oh yeah, another big difference aside from the screws is this, the focus ring. On the newer ones, you can see it has like slits in the middle. So it's not only a rib, it also has like these slots, two slots right there, yeah. Unlike the older ones, which only have the ribs. People say the best ones are 81s, like this one right here. That might be because they have the least cost cuts of all of these lenses. Okay, so after we take the back part off, we can see like the naked Helios 103 basically without the mount. Then what you do next is you want to remove the focus ring, the aperture ring, and after that you can remove some screws beside under the name ring neck. Okay, the older ones came with 3 screws, 1, 2, and 3. Honestly, these are useless. So in the end, what they did was that they updated the design with only 1 screw right there. So unless you have like a super stock filter, there'll be no issue at all. Once you take the front off, you want to take the optics out. Now from what I can see, without some crazy fancy optical checking devices, is that the optics are pretty much the same, aside from some very, very small variations. So if you look over here, the front element's pretty much the same on all of them. They must be the same, because the front is what changes the focal length basically. That's what I know. The second group is also pretty much the same across all years. Although the older ones usually have like better, I mean, what you call it? They have less. It's not better. Yeah, it's like worse, I think. Less dark sides, like the coloring on the sides. It's a little bit brighter on the older ones, so they'll have more flair than the newer ones. If you see this, it's like a way more black. It's deeper black than the older one. Next, after you take the whole front bit out, you basically have the rear bit, because the front bit just falls out in one set, and the aperture comes out from the back end, Helios 103. It's not gonna come out from the front like on Jupiter's. So then what you do is you unlock one lock ring right here, yeah, which will then, the lock ring is over here basically. Just the, yeah, the lock ring is gonna go here, and it's gonna clamp onto this lip over there, yeah. Now all of these are pretty much the same, aside from the fact that on the newer ones, if your tools are only straight and they're fat, like something like this, yeah, it won't help you open it, because the rear optical locker basically is very tall, and it's wider than the front right here, yeah. The ring will lock it over here on this lip where my nail is. So in that way, if you look at the older ones, this is your ring compared to that, yeah, it's way thinner, and it fits straight on here. See, it fits straight inside there, and that's the difference between the older and the newer ones. Now my helicoid design, these are the helicoids over here. They're not 100% yet, yeah, because obviously they still have like a lot of polishing dust, but they have been given limited screws. They have no grease inside them yet, and they're also not turnable by one finger, I think. Oh, actually they are, because this thing, I actually have like a dust, what you call this thing, dust cover design, dust baffle basically, which holds dust in, I mean outside, not inside, and the helicoid also does a good job at sealing that. So overall it's not bad at design. These also have threads. Let me go show you. There you see threads for the lens itself, and the lens will screw in. There's a locking screw right there, same as on the old system, yeah. So but thing is, the new version will not fit into this unless I slightly cut the bottom bit right here. So that's what I'm gonna do after this, after I actually finish all of this, yeah. So yeah, then we go on to the back. The back optics are pretty much the same as the front optics, yeah, same as the front group. The rear optics also have like the same grayish color on this thing, while the newer ones are way deeper black, which means that they're actually using a better ink, and that means that the flares will be less on the newer ones. Okay, and then you look at the baffle right here, they're pretty much the same. The gray baffle right there, they're all gray, not black. Then the optic in front of the rearmost optic, yeah, they're all the same aside from this one right here. So they all have like this black coloring on the side, yeah, see, on the side. This is an 81, 83, 83, and 84. This thing is super fat, see, it's like super wide, while these are so thin on the side. I'm not sure why the hell that happened. They're all from the Kiev factory. Let me go cover these first, because I'm gonna be cleaning them tomorrow, yeah, these things. Not tonight, because it's like 1 o'clock in the morning, I think. I do not want to crack these lenses, so yeah. Cover this. See, they're all from the Kiev factory. Hopefully it's actually focusing on the name ring. Yeah, I actually meant to make this video after I got my new phone, but we're still on the Sony X-Z2 compact, so here's what I'm like able to give without taking my Nikon Z6 out. Okay, yeah? So say you've taken the whole optical assembly out, then you'll be left with this plus this, which is the choice thing, aperture like actuating bit. Okay, so how this actually works here is that this ring sits inside here, fits on the back of this thing, yeah, it's chopped in here. After the blades are all in, you put this thing in, then you put this lock ring, it snaps in, and then it has like this control knob, which is this long screw right there, yeah, it slots into the side. Okay, and then this ring has a slot. The screw goes in that slot, and then when you turn this thing, it'll turn the aperture in turn. Okay, it also has a clicker right here, so a spring goes in here with a click ball, and then the click ball will click on this ragged thingy right there. See? Okay, so all of the grease is shit basically. Soviet tank grease basically, yeah. So it's sticky, it's smelly, and it's disgusting. I'm gonna be cleaning all of that out on all my lenses, but yeah. So that's the same grease you find in like Jupiter 9s, Jupiter 8s, Jupiter 3s, Helios 44, etc. Okay, the difference between the new one and the old one is this. So as you can see, this has like this dip in there, and it has this lock ring which has no lock on the side, and it goes in flush with the actuator bit thingy. The newer one, it doesn't have a tip. See, that's where it's worn down from usage. It doesn't have a tip, so this thing right here sits on top of the thing itself. And you know why it's actually cheaper to make like this? Because they don't have to machine this out, yeah, like its own face basically. And the next thing is you also have like a screw hole right here, which means that you can actually make this thing to like lesser tolerances, which means that you can actually just make the thread be deeper over here, yeah. Make it until it actually doesn't wobble, and it also doesn't have a lot of slack. Just tighten the screw down, and there you go, a done finished aperture ring, which is good for production, and it's also actually easier to assemble that one than this one, because if you're trying to grease this, you're gonna be spinning this with your hands. It's gonna put grease everywhere. If you use this, it's quite easy to slip on this thing, yeah. So I prefer the newer one in that part. Okay, aperture blades, they're pretty much the same, yeah, I think. Yeah, I don't think there's any difference at all in the aperture blades overall. Results, can't even tell, man. So honestly, if you're gonna buy a Helios 103, they're all awesome lenses, double glass design, basically derivatives of the like Summicron, I believe, not sure though. So they're actually quite a lot sharper than Jupiter 3 or Jupiter 8, which is a good thing. They actually give you like rainbow flares, which is like the Jupiter 3. They like to give you like a lot of veiling flares thingy. Veil. Yeah, they actually veil a lot, yeah, basically. So if you're not on axis with the light source like this, yeah. Like my phone actually does a good job, but you can see some veil right here, yeah. That's what they do a lot. And they also give blue flares. Usually lenses, if you're doing this, yeah, and it has like a flare going here or something like that, like flare circles like that, yeah. Usually they're like orange or red or like purple. These things are blue, which is something I don't see very often in a lens. Other than that, I think that's it for this video. Thank you for watching, everyone. Hopefully you liked the video. If you did like it, yeah, I'm happy that I've helped you in like thinking about what you actually want to see in your Jupiter. I mean your Helios. I'm so not used to having a Helios in this form factor. Not really what you want to see, basically what you want to have between this or this. In like practice, they're pretty much exactly the same, aside from a few factors that actually make the cost like a bit cheaper on the newer ones and a bit more expensive on the older ones, while still keeping the same functionality. And I prefer the older ones, obviously, because I don't really like the new design, and I also like the brass screws because they're actually easier to drill out, yeah. If you need to, and they're actually stronger than aluminum screws. So there you go. Also, this lock ring, I mean the snap ring right there, yeah, it's not supposed to be this silver color. I believe that's been changed in its lifetime. They're all pretty much this brass right here, or copper. I'm not sure. So yeah, my battery's dying. So thank you for watching, everyone. Also, yeah, the color. This thing has like a bluish color to it. This thing is more matte. Not sure if that's a paint, but they're all strong. If you see some of those Helioses or Jupiters, some of them actually have like this rubberized paint. If you use strong enough of a soap, yeah, to like scrub it, not even scrub it, just put soap on it. The paint will actually like fall off. Like on Jupiter 9s, the black ones, those things are shit, man, the paint. So you put soap on it, like you wanna wash it. Say it's disgusting like this, yeah. No, we're only gonna wipe it with alcohol, man. So what I usually do, yeah, is I take this thing downstairs. I go on like in the sink, yeah, basically I wash it and I go brush it with a toothbrush. The whole black thing just falls out. So sometimes on those things I don't do that. I use this like quick shine thingy for motorcycles and I just wipe it down. But yeah, so overall, thank you for watching. Hope you liked it and goodbye.